I am so excited because I have one of my clients here with me, Paula. And how long have we been working together?
I think it's been 2 months now.
Okay, yeah, that
We
sounds about
started in
right.
April.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay. And said she was willing for me to ask her a few questions and
Yep.
interview her about her process. Um, could you just share with us, like, what were you struggling with before working with me?
I was at a really interesting transitional part in my time in my life. I'm still part of that, but the biggest thing I was struggling with was honestly just motivation to do anything.
Hmm.
I felt completely stuck and
Hmm.
just desperate and hopeless that nothing was going to change in my life. And I'd already tried a lot of the basic things, like I'm very spiritual, so I'd already done a lot of prayer and growing my relationship with God for guidance, and just felt like something was missing.
Thank you for sharing that. So how has doing the mind body spirit release? We have done a few different modalities. We're just kind of
Mhm.
talking about mind body spirit release here. How has that impacted your life? What would you say?
It brought a sense of peace and calm to me. So, I didn't feel as uptight or anxious because I was also feeling a lot of anxiety, which I didn't necessarily realize till after we'd done a couple sessions and it calmed
Mm,
down.
yes.
The anxiety was almost paralyzing me into inactivity. And so that's probably one of the biggest things, is that we got to the root of some of those things that were leading to my feelings of um, anxiety and then just being stuck and unmotivated.
Yeah. Wow. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad. What surprised you most about the process or your results that you've gotten so far?
Yeah, I was really hopeful going into this, but I honestly was really surprised at how well it has worked. So I knew it would work, but
Hmm.
it's definitely exceeded my expectations on the level of results.
Oh, good. I love that. What initially drew you to work with me? I'm just super curious.
So that's a really interesting thing for me. My answer is going to be very interesting here. Um, like I said, I've been on a journey since the beginning of the year of just really diving in and seeking God's guidance in all areas of my life. And I just know I have a gut feeling with prayer when I'm on the right path.
Hmm.
And I got some of your emails and I read them, and I got to the end of the first one and I was like, "Oh, holy crap. I think this might be that thing that's missing."
Mm.
And we had some technical difficulties, separate issue. So I read the second email and I was like, okay, I cannot ignore this anymore. I have to do this. Um, and I looked at the cost. I know we don't like to talk about pricing, but I was actually unemployed completely at the time. Um, but I was like, I just feel in my heart that this is what I need to move forward on that next step. And so finally reached out through another method and we connected, and like that was kind of the rest is history.
Yeah, the
So
rest is history. I love that you just took the leap because you knew it was like the right thing to do. And I've had to do this too in my healing journey of just like take that scary leap when you don't know exactly, where your next paycheck is coming from, but you're like, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. So I just love
yeah.
that, we're so similar in that. We're just like, I know this is where God's leading me and I have to say yes, even though I'm like, that's a little scary.
Yeah, and I'm not saying be stupid about things, but
Right.
God will provide, and he
Yes.
absolutely has.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Mhm.
And let's see. Would you recommend Mind by Spirit Release to others and why or why not?
Yeah, I definitely would. I would definitely recommend giving it a try. It we all have things hidden
Mm,
inside that we aren't going to uncover on our own. It's the same as anything in life, is that we can't do it on our own. and we need to reach out to people that can help us through that journey. And I feel like this has been, like I said, huge at uncovering things that were unknown to me and
Nice.
just really helping with it. So, yeah,
That's
absolutely.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. Any other advice that you would give someone considering working with me?
I would just say, really pray about it and think about it, but because don't let your brain jump in and tell you why you shouldn't. Like, if
Mm,
your gut is urging you to do something, there's a reason why. Like, there is a reason why you're feeling that nudge.
yes.
And if you're really in tune to what God wants for your life, this is gonna be huge. And then I just wanted to add, anybody watching till the end, that this was totally last minute and fully unscripted. So, you can see the two of us kind of laughing at each other because, yeah, we just kind of decided to just throw this together last minute. So
Yes,
there you go.
absolutely. And I know, so for anyone watching this, so Paula started as a one-on-one client, and then I started my program, and she decided to take the leap and join the program, which has only been going for 2 weeks now. And you were telling me a little bit before we started the recording. Would you mind sharing a little bit about what your experience has been in the group setting as well?
Yeah, so just to preface it, and I didn't even mention this to you, Rochelle, but so this is brand new. I typically am a very one-on-one person, especially when it comes to private personal things. So,
Yes.
I was very, very hesitant about the group thing. Number one, I wasn't sure after being a one-on-one client, like, would it work in a group setting?
Mm-hmm.
I also wasn't sure about necessarily sharing super vulnerable pieces of me in front of others, because that's not me.
Yes.
Um, but again, it was one of those where I actually missed your first few messages about it because I was so busy. Literally read it at the last minute and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this has so much good stuff in it. I've got to try it. I have to do it." And, I have not regretted it at all. Layering on top of the one-on-one sessions where we're able to dig into things a little more personally and adding the group dynamic has been huge. It
Wow.
works just as well, in the group. I would almost venture to say maybe even better because I feel like our energy grows off each other in our
Mm,
group. And none of us, I mean, I don't know any of the other participants in the group.
yeah.
I didn't know them before. And it really helps you to kind of maybe trigger something. Sometimes
Mm,
somebody else says something and I'm like, yes, that's exactly how I'm feeling. And so it's just been only 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. It has been such a powerful 2 weeks. So we still have 2.5 months left in that program. And I'm super excited about what we have coming up next. So
me
excited.
too. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for sharing, Paula.
Yes, definitely.
I'm just I love all the results you've gotten and just the breakthroughs that are coming
Mhm.
for you and more. And I'm just excited to see what keeps happening. It's exciting.
Yep.